What's up everyone? A lot of you guys have been asking. Sorry for the delays, but finally we're going to do a build breakdown on the no recoil Dissipator. For those of you that are unfamiliar with what a Dissipator is a 16-inch AR-15 with a rifle length gas system. There's a lot more history behind this, but if you want to learn more about Dissipators, you can go ahead and visit my buddy's blog at nottactical.com. But for us, we're just going to dive right into this build. The purpose of this build was to see if we could get an AR-15 with as little recoil as possible while sticking to combat or duty grade type parts, if you will, skipping things like low mass bolt carrier groups or adjustable gas systems, things that might be a little more prone to failure. This particular rifle has seen over 1,000 rounds in different environments and has been very reliable with one exception. Don't feed it steel case ammo. While I do love steel case ammo for high volume training days, the Dissipator does not like it. The reason being is the dwell time. Dwell time is the time where the bullet is between the gas port and the tip of the barrel, and the pressure is actually being siphoned back into the bolt carrier group to run the system. Steel case is on the anemic side and doesn't have enough power to get the bolt to fully travel back. This means that you run into short strokes on occasion, failures to extract, as well as failures to lock back. So with that out of the way, let's get to the build breakdown. We're going to start at the front and work our way back. Up front, we have a Surefire SOCOM muzzle brake. We went with the muzzle brake because the redirection of gases sideways and backwards helps to stabilize the rifle and reduce overall felt recoil. The barrel is a Criterion Core 16-inch hybrid. It is rifle gassed. We chose it because Criterion has a reputation for being very consistent, accurate, reliable, and it already came pre-ready in Dissipator condition. The front sight base is a BCM, but it was pinned to the barrel by D. Wilson Manufacturing. David does fantastic work, quick turnarounds, everything is high quality, good communication. Would highly recommend him if you need custom work done on your rifle. The rifle itself was Cerakoted by my homie Casey Cotter. Casey does amazing work. This is probably the 4th or 5th rifle I have had done by him, and everything has come back absolutely flawlessly. The colors used in this specific rifle are champagne, bronze, silver, and I believe a dark gray, but I can get the exact colors if anyone really wants them. The handguard is a Centurion C4. It's the M-LOK variant. I chose it because the handguard actually comes apart in 2 pieces, so I don't have to remove the front sight base if I ever have to replace my gas tube. Very convenient, it's lightweight, still rigid, and is the perfect length to be nestled right behind the front sight base. The light is a Cloud Defensive owl. The owl is a chonky light, but very good. Comes in at over 50,000 candela, so it can punch out the distance, and has kind of a warm tone that's a little more pleasant to the eyes than, say, something like a Mod Light OKW. The grip is a BCM CAG. The upper receiver is a Voltor Mur with the Ford Assist. I chose the Voltor Mur mostly because it's high quality but also matches the lines of the Radian receiver very well. The lower is a Radian receiver like we just said. It has the ADAC system, which means that you're able to use the mag drop to lock the bolt back. You can also send the bolt home with another paddle right above it. This ambidextrous system is very fast, convenient, and I like it quite a bit. The bolt carrier, that is a semi-auto cut LMT Defense chrome bolt carrier that I believe was released in limited numbers on, I think it was Black Friday, but overall no complaints, high quality. The bolt itself is actually a BCM bolt though. This came pre-headspace with the barrel. Reason I chose that is headspace is pretty important for function as well as accuracy, and getting a bolt directly from Criterion matched to the barrel ensured everything would run perfectly. So how does all of this add up to having almost no recoil? So little recoil actually that some people have asked if this is a 22 LR. Step 1, get a high quality muzzle brake compensator. Compensators are great, they are loud, but they definitely do their job in reducing the recoil impulse right as the bullet leaves the barrel. Step 2, find a barrel with an appropriate size gas port. A lot of barrels come with gas ports that are too big. Why? Overgassed is still reliable. You have enough gas to run the system when the gun's dirty, if manufacturing tolerances are off. It's generally the safer bet for a quote-unquote more reliable gun. That said, with proper tolerances, you can run a tighter gas port and reduce the amount of gas traveling back in the system. Less gas means less pressure going to your bolt carrier group. Less pressure in your bolt carrier group means less bolt velocity. Less bolt velocity means less recoil. Another thing we need to talk about is gas system length. Most commercial 16-inch barrels on the market will be in either mid-length or carbine length configurations. That's so that they can increase dwell time. More dwell time typically means a more reliable gun because of the wider operating window. The rifle length gas system lowers the pressure, reducing our recoil, but our dwell time is so short that you must make sure that everything is properly fitted together and you use an appropriate buffer weight so that the system will still cycle. Make sure to test your dissipators in cold climates, wet climates, and any other adverse conditions it might see to make sure it works before you actually need it. The final piece of the puzzle is selecting the correct buffer weight. Your goal should be to use the heaviest buffer that your rifle will still lock back and operate in all conditions that you expect it to run in. Reason being is force equals mass times acceleration. We're not increasing the pressure or force generated by the 5.56 cartridge, so by increasing the mass, we're reducing the acceleration. Less acceleration means less recoil. The specific buffer we chose was the Voltor A5H0. We chose the A5H0 because it behaves very similarly to a traditional carbine buffer, but comes in at 3.8 ounces instead of 3 ounces. The reason why we can get away with the slightly heavier weight is because the A5 system uses a full-length rifle spring instead of the shorter carbine spring. The longer spring means we're using less of the effective travel and able to keep a more consistent spring rate. This also helps smoothen out the recoil impulse, which is definitely noticeable on camera. So those are all the details I have for you on this build. If you found this content helpful, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Don't hesitate to reach out and ask any questions. I'm happy to answer them, either through comment or on Instagram. I also plan on doing more videos in the future of other low recoil builds I have in my arsenal. But until then, main thing is you get out there and shoot and train, because there's a lot of people who buy guns and don't know how to use them. Take care.